Okay, so let's discuss the next topic, and that is the threats to the wildlife and causes of depletion. So, what are the main threats to the wildlife? How the wildlife is affecting, and why it is depleting? What are the main reasons behind that? So, let's see one by one. First one is the habitat loss, because many of the developmental programs are governed by the government, and some people are making their homes, and there are many other developmental activities, mining, and these things are doing. Sometimes forests are also cutting for their timber mart. Okay, so that's why habitat loss is the main reason behind the threat depletion of the wildlife. Next is the causing, grazing of livestock. Uh, Livestock always depend on the grazing. Okay, we know very well. So that's why for grazing to them, generally people are taking something from the outside and graze to them. But what happens? Sometimes overgrazing is also seen. Okay, in some areas. So people send or left over their pet animals, livestock in the wild areas, and they overgraze in those areas. So what happened eventually? The amount of the resources which should be left over for their native animals, means wild animals. So it is always seen in the scarce form, or scarcity is seen in their resources, just due to the overgrazing of those livestock or pet animals. Okay, so it means it is like an encroaching in their another area. Next is the mining activity. So if you see the mining activity, then we had seen that lots of the areas have the mining activities always doing, and therefore the uh, earth has lots of ditches. Generally, guideline is there, okay, by the released by the government, and government always say that if you are doing mining in any area, then you have to protect uh, the nearby areas by growing the trees, or and also restore and level up uh, or level that area after the mining is done. Okay, so but many times it has been seen that they are not following the guidelines, and they are harming the nature. So this is again uh, uh, harming to the natural areas, or natural uh, livelihood of, means uh, their native areas, or native territories of the wild animals. Next is the forest fire, which is commonly seen many times. Okay, in the last years, we had seen lots of the forest fires. So what happens? They decrease, or they deplete all the uh, wild lives. And if you see the large forests, uh, have if they have a fire attack, then lots of numbers of animals and plants are killed by these fires. Okay, and this is causing a big loss. Next, construction of the roads and railway tracks. We had commonly seen, as I told you, one example on the in the habitat loss as well. So construction and development activities always do the losses of the forests. Next invasive species. As I gave you one example in the conservation ethics, you had seen that invasive species are harming those native species. Okay, so that's why if there are the number of invasive species is increasing, then it means they are encroaching in their area. So it is another type of the threat to the wildlife, or they are depleting, okay, or they are reducing the wildlife. Overexploitation, as we had seen in the mining activities, it is similar like that. So we should not overexploit them. Okay. Uh, Likewise, if hunting group is continuously hunt the animals uh, beyond their permissible limit, then what will happen? Their number will be decreased, means animals number will be decreased. So it will cause the disbalance of the wildlife, or of that area. Poaching and illegal wildlife trade, as I told you, the hunting, and they are selling, sometimes they are killing those animals illegally. Okay, and they are selling their uh, body parts. Likewise, skin, ivories, fur, okay, tusk. So these are, because these are very important for the ornaments, and these are very costly. So they do these kind of the illegal trades for their economic purposes. Okay, so they are causing the harm to the wildlife. Many times diseases are can seen in the wildlife that they are causing harm. Likewise, the sometimes pandemic or endemic type of the diseases happen in the uh, wild areas. Okay. Next is the pollution, global warming, and climate change. It is affecting the most because it is a global level problem, and that's why it is affecting all kind of the animals. Okay, and that's why uh, now a time United Nations and other organizations are coming on a same platform to combat this problem. Okay, and that's why if you had seen, then there are lots of the co are organizing, and COP 21 is the play a major role. Okay, which is the Paris climate control agreement. Okay, and not only this, many other type of the protocols are there. Kyoto Protocol, Montreal Protocol, all these are related to the global warming, to combat with the global warming and climate change and pollution. So we can save the nature and our wildlife. Next, human animal conflict. Okay, so human conflict is seen in the nearby areas wherever animals and human are living together. Okay, so generally animals do not encroach the areas of the human livelihood, or human territory. But if there is a resource scarcity, then they s- uh, seldomly come to the areas of humans, and they pick up the babies, or they attack on the attack on the humans. And in return, what humans do, they kill them, and they are affecting their numbers. Okay, so this kind of the conflict always happen among the between the human and animals. Okay, so this is an again threat and causes of the depletion. Excessive tourism, no doubt tourism is generating the revenue for the government, but it's excessive or beyond the limit is harmful, because they are always disturbing the their natural habitat of the animals. Okay, and that's why they are always try to escape from that. And in these terms, they their habitat is continuously changing, and they are always faced the disturbed condition. So their number will be decreased, okay, automatically. And this is called as most common threat to the wildlife. Population explosion, And poverty and lack of the awareness and activism is, this is the another example which is can be seen in the those countries wherever population is large, or sometimes wherever illiteracy is in the higher. Okay. So the population is not aware about these all benefits, and that's why they are only targeting on the economic purposes, and that's why they are targeting those animals, they are killing and they are selling their body parts, and that's all. So poverty and lack of awareness, these all things are really, really affecting the wildlife. Okay, so these are the most common threats. And last but not least, legal lapse. Though governments are making the uh, rules and acts for the saving the wildlife. Okay. Likewise, if you see the in India, an Indian perspective, then we can see the WPA Wildlife Protection Act 1972, and it is amended time to time many times. Okay. So, but how many times it is regulating completely? In many of the areas or in the far-flung areas wherever awareness is not in completely in complete manner, or government are not reaching up to them, or wildlife conservators are not reaching up to them, then what is happening? They are killing and they are selling. Okay, so it is always uh, can be seen. Okay, and sometimes those who are trader, they are always finding the loopholes in the acts, and they are taking the benefits of those loopholes. Although governments are trying to cover up those loopholes, but still they are always trying to find out these loopholes. So legal lapse, and even if there are some cases pending against to some person, so what can happen? They are taking the benefits of that pending Nancy. Okay, so there are some loops or legal lapse, and these are again affecting the wildlife. Okay, so we cannot say that completely safeguard is happening among the uh, wild animals or wild plants or wildlife, but uh, though processes are continuously going on, and of course, at certain level, we are able to safeguard, and we had. Okay, so obviously we are doing sometimes saving them, but still threats are there, and we cannot deny with them. Okay, thank you.